This week, the world is wearing a calm face, but behind it, storms are brewing. Powerful leaders may smile for the cameras, but secret deals, betrayals, and quiet tensions are unfolding behind closed doors. People in high places are playing with fire, testing limits, bending truths, and pushing hidden agendas. It's the kind of week where governments are tightening control, alliances may shift in the shadows, and the public is left sensing danger without knowing where it's coming from. Money markets may act wild, but don't be fooled, what looks like success could be a trap. Around the world, promises of progress might be nothing more than smoke and mirrors. False hope may spread fast, fueled by flashy headlines and clever words, while the truth gets buried under noise. Social media will buzz with big stories, but behind the scenes, there will be manipulation, cover-ups, and bold-faced lies. This is a week where trust is likely to break, and truth becomes a rare currency. The emotional tone of the world? Heavy, foggy, and unstable. People may feel drained, confused, or strangely disconnected, like something big is happening, but no one can name it. As stress rises, many may try to escape, through distractions, addictions, or blind faith in fantasy. Natural disasters, water-related problems, or chemical accidents may hit the news. Beneath the surface, the ground is shifting. This is not a time to drift. It's a time to open your eyes, question everything, and expect the unexpected. Now let's explore how each sign is doing this week. This reading is based on Vedic astrology, so make sure to check your rising sign using the sidereal zodiac system. Also, check your moon sign for deeper emotional insights. At the end, you'll find a percentage breakdown showing how well each zodiac sign is expected to perform in terms of health, wealth, career, and relationships this week. Let's get started. Aries. This week may feel like a tug-of-war between your desire to express yourself freely and a subtle undercurrent of emotional fog or mental weariness. You're brimming with creativity and bold energy, especially in areas tied to self-expression, romance, or children. You might feel an urge to take bold actions or launch a passion project, but hidden doubts or unclear motivations could create hesitation. Trust your instincts, but don't rush decisions that still feel murky. Communication could be both a gift and a challenge this week. On one hand, you have the confidence to speak up and share your ideas with conviction. On the other, misunderstandings or misinterpretations may arise, especially in sensitive or emotional discussions. Be careful not to read too much between the lines or assume what others feel. Take things at face value, but leave room for compassion. Your relationship with authority figures or your career path might feel like it's shifting. Subtle pressures from the outside world may push you to reevaluate how much control you actually have, or how much you're willing to fight for it. Don't allow external power struggles to shake your confidence. Let your actions reflect your values, not your fears. Emotionally, this is a week to stay grounded. You might notice a buildup of mental tension, anxiety, or even fatigue without a clear reason. Prioritize rest, set boundaries around your energy, and create space for solitude if needed. Your dreams or intuition may be especially active, pay attention, but don't get lost in overanalysis. Taurus. This week is centered around your sense of security, emotionally, financially, and within your personal space. You're feeling a strong pull to build something solid for yourself, whether it's in your home life or with your finances. You may be motivated to take action to create a more stable foundation, but internal doubts and subtle pressures from your social environment may blur the way forward. Friendships or group dynamics could feel confusing or emotionally charged. You might be questioning who truly supports you, or you may find yourself drained by others' expectations. Avoid putting too much trust in vague promises or unclear commitments. This is a time to ground yourself in what's real and reliable. Financially, this week is asking for caution. While opportunities may arise that look promising, there may be more to the story than meets the eye. Pay close attention to contracts, deals, or investments, and don't let pressure from others push you into decisions you're not fully confident in. Emotionally, home and family matters could be a source of both motivation and stress. You may feel the urge to make changes, take charge, or stand up for your emotional needs, but old beliefs or subconscious fears could cause you to second-guess yourself. Be patient with this process. You're learning how to protect your peace without cutting off genuine connection. By the end of the week, confusion may peak, especially in social or professional circles. You may feel torn between aligning with collective goals and staying loyal to your personal values. Take time to retreat and reflect. Don't rush clarity, it's forming slowly but surely. Gemini. This week is challenging you to take a deep look at how you're expressing yourself and whether your words align with your true identity. You may feel mentally energized, eager to share your ideas, make connections, or initiate important conversations, but the pressure of career expectations or responsibilities could feel like a heavy cloud overhead. You're trying to find your voice, yet doubts or fears tied to public image, authority figures, or long-term goals might cause hesitation. This isn't a sign to stop, it's a cue to refine. You're learning to balance assertiveness with strategy, especially when it comes to your professional path. Powerful internal shifts are also taking place. You may uncover emotional patterns, fears around control, or trust issues that have been quietly influencing your decisions. These revelations may feel intense, but they're pointing you toward greater empowerment. Don't resist transformation, lean into it with honesty. By the end of the week, your energy might feel pulled in different directions. You may be questioning how much of yourself to reveal, especially in professional spaces. You're not being asked to play small, but to rise with intention, not ego. This week is bringing you a valuable chance to clarify what success means to you, not what others expect from you. The more you communicate with clarity and courage, the more you'll begin aligning with your authentic path. Cancer. This week is pulling you into a quiet, reflective space where deep inner shifts are taking place beneath the surface. You may feel emotionally sensitive or spiritually stirred, especially if old beliefs or long-standing patterns are no longer making sense. Your faith, in yourself, in others, or in life's direction, may feel tested, but this is exactly what's helping you reshape your truth. Financial matters may also come into focus. You're working hard to build stability, yet something may feel off. You might question whether your current efforts align with your deeper values or if you're being pulled into power dynamics, especially in close relationships, that subtly affect your self-worth. You're learning that peace of mind is just as important as material success. In partnerships, hidden tensions could emerge. You may sense unspoken expectations, emotional distance, or a struggle for control. Rather than reacting impulsively, step back. The clarity you need is emerging, but only if you're willing to see the truth beneath the surface. By the end of the week, your inner world may feel louder than the outer one. Dreams, spiritual signs, or deep intuitions could offer guidance. Instead of trying to make sense of everything logically, give yourself permission to feel. Stillness is your strength right now. Leo. This week, your passion and drive are impossible to ignore. You may feel more energized, more confident, and more determined to go after what you want, especially in social circles or with long-term goals. There's strong momentum behind your vision, and your presence can inspire others. However, this power surge also comes with emotional and psychological undercurrents that must be addressed. Deeper issues surrounding control, trust, or shared responsibilities may rise to the surface, particularly in financial matters or intimate relationships. You may find yourself questioning motives, yours or someone else's, or feeling emotionally drained by invisible expectations or entanglements. Be careful not to burn yourself out trying to fix or control what's beyond your reach. At work or in your daily routine, unexpected stressors could disrupt your flow. You may feel pulled between doing what's expected and following your inner truth. The tension may come from your own rising standards or pressure from authority figures, but either way, it's pushing you to redefine what productive really means. This is also a big week for realizing who's truly supporting your growth and who might be quietly holding you back. Pay attention to group dynamics, and don't ignore the emotional signals. You're being called to lead, but you must also protect your energy and well-being in the process. Virgo. This week is stirring deep inner movements and outer ambition. While you're being quietly propelled toward professional growth or public recognition, there's a layer of emotional complexity simmering beneath the surface. You may feel like you're working overtime behind the scenes, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, trying to align your inner world with outer responsibilities. Career momentum is strong, and opportunities to advance or be noticed are within reach. But relationship dynamics may cloud your vision. If you're dealing with confusion, unmet expectations, or emotional distancing in partnerships, whether personal or professional, it could lead to doubts about where you're truly headed. Don't ignore the emotional weight just to keep up appearances. Creative blocks or issues around children, joy, or vulnerability may also pop up. You're being asked to dig into what truly inspires you, and whether you've been neglecting joy in the name of duty. There could be tension between what you love and what feels practical, and it may be time to adjust your balance. This is a powerful week for recalibrating your path, not by force, but by recognizing where you need rest, where your effort is most impactful, and where it's time to release control. Libra. This week, your focus is expanding toward big-picture dreams, personal growth, and long-term direction, but the path isn't without turbulence. There's a strong urge to explore, to break free of mental or emotional limitations, and to find deeper meaning through learning, travel, or spiritual insight. However, day-to-day stress, work demands, and emotional fatigue may weigh you down. You might feel stretched between your ambitions and what your daily reality is asking of you. If your schedule feels overwhelming or your health is suffering from burnout, this is your wake-up call. A new system or better boundaries around time and energy could make all the difference. Tensions may also arise around home, family, or emotional roots. You could be rethinking what stability really means, or discovering subconscious beliefs that are limiting your sense of personal freedom. If something at home feels too controlling or emotionally taxing, it's time to release what's no longer nourishing. On the positive side, this is a powerful time for setting long-range goals, especially when it comes to connecting with inspiring communities, mentors, or visionary projects. Just make sure your foundation, physical and emotional, is strong enough to support your dreams. Scorpio. This week is bringing an intense mix of ambition, emotional depth, and creative pressure. Your focus will be on career goals and public image, and while the drive to achieve is powerful, so are the emotional and psychological undercurrents pulling at you from within. A strong desire to evolve and succeed may be at odds with personal desires, past wounds, or fears of being truly seen. You may find that passion projects, romantic involvements, or matters involving children feel unusually complex or confusing. What once brought joy could now feel like a heavy emotional responsibility, especially if you're putting others' needs ahead of your own creative fulfillment. This is your cue to reclaim your joy, not through perfection, but through authenticity. Power dynamics in professional settings or conversations can surface suddenly. Whether it's pressure from authority figures or subtle control in how you express your thoughts, be aware of manipulation, both from others and within. You're being challenged to speak and act from a place of personal truth, not fear. On the brighter side, this is an extremely fertile week for deep transformation. With focus and courage, you can shed long-standing emotional patterns, gain influence in your career, or deepen your psychological insight. It's not comfortable, but it's liberating. Sagittarius. This week, your desire to expand, mentally, physically, or spiritually, is colliding with emotional complexity at home and in close relationships. You're hungry for new horizons, but deep-rooted insecurities or past emotional wounds may slow you down. It's not that you're stuck, it's that something internal needs your attention before you can move forward freely. Relationships, both romantic and professional, come into sharp focus now. You're being asked to examine how much emotional weight you're carrying for others and whether that burden is keeping you from your own growth. Conversations with loved ones may feel confusing or draining if expectations are unclear. Boundaries need to be reinforced with both care and clarity. At the same time, there's financial tension bubbling beneath the surface. Whether it's shared money, values, or resources, something needs to be restructured. Resist the urge to power through or brush things aside. What seems like a minor conflict now could expose a much deeper truth about your self-worth. Still, this week offers a powerful chance to align your vision for the future with the kind of partnerships and stability that truly support you. Growth is absolutely possible, but it starts with inner honesty and emotional maturity. Capricorn. This week, you're being pulled deep into your psyche, your patterns, and the emotional terrain you often avoid. There's a strong emphasis on healing, work routines, and your mental well-being, but the real tension is playing out beneath the surface. You're undergoing an internal transformation that asks for both courage and humility. Powerful changes in how you manage your responsibilities and health may surface, especially if you've been pushing too hard without processing emotional stress. You might notice anxiety, burnout, or miscommunication becoming more frequent, especially with siblings, coworkers, or in your everyday environment. Don't ignore the signals, your nervous system is asking for relief. Relationship-wise, emotional vulnerability may rise, particularly around shared resources, trust, or intimacy. If you're dealing with control issues or unspoken resentments, now is the time to get honest, with others and with yourself. Let go of the need to appear invulnerable. Real strength comes from transparency. This is also a week to challenge the stories you've been telling yourself. What do you believe about your limits? Your capacity? Your worth? The disconnection you feel now isn't permanent, it's a sign that something outdated is being cleared to make room for a stronger, more emotionally balanced you. Aquarius. This week is highlighting your relationships and creative life, but not without revealing the complex emotional and financial layers underneath. Your desire for deeper romantic or collaborative connections is strong, yet internal doubts or unresolved patterns around worth and trust may cloud your judgment. There's an urgent need to reassess how you value yourself and your talents. Financial tension, especially linked to self-esteem or hidden fears, could rise to the surface. Are you undercharging for your worth, or overextending in relationships that don't reciprocate your energy? These questions won't be easy, but they're necessary for breakthrough. Creatively, there's immense potential for inspiration, joy, and expression. But if you're pushing too hard for recognition or seeking validation through external achievements, you may end up feeling empty. Ground your creativity in passion, not performance. Romantic connections or partnerships might trigger old psychological wounds. Watch for emotional projection or passive-aggressive tendencies, particularly in moments where you're trying to control outcomes without realizing it. What you're confronting now runs deeper than surface disagreements, it's about reclaiming your inner strength. By week's end, you're challenged to face what's been buried in the subconscious. You can either avoid it and repeat old cycles, or step into your power and heal through presence and truth. Pisces. This week is calling for deep emotional reflection, especially around your home, health, and personal identity. You may feel torn between tending to your private world and the growing pressure to step into a stronger, clearer version of yourself. If you've been hiding behind uncertainty or pleasing others, the universe is now gently, but firmly, asking you to show up as you are. Your energy is being stretched in your daily routines and emotional responsibilities. Burnout is a real possibility if you don't pace yourself. Old beliefs about how much you should do or must carry may be weighing heavily on your physical well-being. It's time to put yourself first without guilt. The past may come knocking, through dreams, family matters, or unresolved feelings from childhood. Rather than brushing these emotions aside, give them a safe place to be heard. You'll find empowerment in facing what you've long avoided. On the social front, you may experience shifts in your connections. Something in your network or friendship circle might feel emotionally off or even manipulative. This is a wake-up call to align with those who nourish your growth, not those who drain it. By the end of the week, your sense of self begins to shift. You're not meant to stay stuck in an old version of yourself. This is the shedding of skin before a powerful rebirth. Trust that clarity will follow the fog. Let's see how well each zodiac sign is likely to perform this week in terms of health, wealth, and career, rated in percentages. Aries. Health, 40%, burnout is real. Your body is screaming, but are you listening? Wealth, 45%, one wrong move, and your wallet might cry. Big wait before you swipe energy. Career, 50%, you want control, but someone else is holding the reins. Tread carefully. Relationships, 75%, loves heating up. Sparks fly, but fire can burn, too. Taurus. Health, 50%, stress is simmering beneath that calm face. Sleep, cry, repeat. Wealth, 80%, finally. Money moves look promising, if you keep it grounded. Career, 60%, too many cooks in the workplace kitchen. Watch for jealousy or sabotage. Relationships, 35%, betrayal? Coldness? Someone's mask might fall. Gemini. Health, 35%, brain fried. Words stuck. Rest before your nervous system revolts. Wealth, 65%, money in, money out, but where did it all go? Confusion may cloud your cash. Career, 40%, public image drama alert. One wrong sentence could cost you. Relationships, 55%, ghosting? Misread signals? You might talk, but they're not listening. Cancer. Health, 45%, emotionally heavy. You're not tired, your soul exhausted. Wealth, 60%, money's not the issue, it's the uncertainty that eats at you. Career, 75%, your quiet work could shine if you stop second-guessing yourself. Relationships, 40%, disappointment stings. Fantasy and reality just don't match. Leo. Health, 70%, you're strong, but that doesn't mean you're okay. Check in. Wealth, 55%, some hidden drain is pulling cash or confidence from you. Career, 80%, charisma on point, if you channel the fire without burning bridges. Relationships, 45%, intense passions, unclear intentions. Someone's bluffing. Virgo. Health, 50%, stop micromanaging your breakdown. Just admit you need rest. Wealth, 75%, opportunity glimmers through the fog. Look close, don't miss it. Career, 60%, frustration is mounting. You deserve more, but timing's not now. Relationships, 40%, you gave your all. They gave confusion. Not fair. Libra. Health, 45%, energy vampires everywhere. Protect your peace at all costs. Wealth, 60%, someone's draining your time or your account. Choose wisely. Career, 70%, networking pays off, but fake friends show up, too. Relationships, 30%, oof. The love vibes are murky, trust is on thin ice. Scorpio. Health, 75%, you're in your power zone. Channel the fire, don't suppress it. Wealth, 70%, gains are close, but control issues could ruin the moment. Career, 90%, if anyone's winning this week, it's you. Command and conquer. Relationships, 65%, stormy but sexy. The heat is real. So is the drama. Sagittarius. Health, 55%, that smile's hiding fatigue. Your soul wants a timeout. Wealth, 50%, too trusting, too soon? Your money might go on a detour. Career, 80%, you've got vision, now fight for it. Just watch the fine print. Relationships, 35%, someone's talking in riddles. Decode before you commit. Capricorn. Health, 40%, your body is stiff with stress, stop pretending you're fine. Wealth, 70%, grind mode is on. Respect the hustle, but don't be stingy with yourself. Career, 65%, you're building momentum, even if no one sees it yet. Relationships, 50%, silence is not peace, it's emotional distance. Aquarius. Health, 60%, you're holding tension like armor. Loosen up, emotionally and physically. Wealth, 55%, financial fog ahead. Misplaced trust might cost you. Career, 50%, hidden enemies? Office politics? Keep your guard and mouth tight. Relationships, 45%, expect the unexpected. Loyalty is being tested. Pisces. Health, 50%, emotional waves may crash hard, especially on your sleep or immunity. Wealth, 65%, money's not the issue, your indecision is. Career, 60%, pressure builds quietly. Bosses or deadlines might push you to the edge. Relationships, 35%, sweet words hide confusion. Someone's hiding their real feelings.